So you were in Shark Tank.
Not really sit on our head saying that कल से profit चाहिए.
How you met your co-founder who was a ex-fighter pilot.
How are we saving money and saving the environment? Have you seen any dust? It's the most cleanest city.
Yeah. Can you quantify the impact that PotHoleRaja has or is having?
Having a hot bitumen coming in and then fixing that pothole. Why does that fail?
But I want to know more about this automated machine.
No roads can last more than 30 to 40 years.
We're seeing so much science fiction come true around us.
We are committed that we will use only recycled plastic.
So right now what we see in India is either asphalt roads from what I understand or the concrete white topping roads.
Yeah, we are reducing almost 450 tons of carbon as compared to the traditional roads.
How come no innovation for such a long time?
We were meeting the head of Tata Steel and he said that Sourabh, apni gaadi yahin chhod ke chale jao. I like, sir.
So I can just rent a road and then you will come and take it back the next day.
This is the only guy who has double placement in the entire college right now.
The elevator pitch.
For road, water is the biggest enemy.
Sourabh, please fix our pavements.
An entrepreneur, you have to learn sales.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see a pothole?
And we just, somebody is just going and dying and nobody is even talking about it.
Hi Sourabh, welcome to the PropertyAngel Podcast and thank you for joining us here. You've of course had a very inspiring journey, to be working on something that you're so passionate about and that has such a high impact that makes the world a better place. And in India, of course, one of our biggest complaints is always about the road and that you have made a successful business out of. So a great place to be, definitely something that I aspire to. So, but before we get into the journey, I just wanted to understand that your company has gone from fixing potholes to actually constructing roads. So what is it about the roads that you construct and how is it different from the roads we find in India today?
First of all, thank you so much for having me on your show as well. I've been watching your episodes and it's really inspiring, hearing from a lot of people in this industry. So I also look forward to it. And the question that you asked, the transformation that we have had from potholes to making roads, how is it different? When we started, even in that part, it was all about sustainable approach.
Okay.
So we were not using the traditional material in really doing the fixing of potholes. It was cold form of asphalt, which is non-heated. So the emissions were lesser, easy to use. And that's how people gotten more interested in what we were doing. First, quality was not a compromise. So that remains the topmost, part in the business. Now, if you, really ask me, did we plan that we would construct road? Our straight away answer, was used to be no. We don't want to be road contractor. Sorry.
Okay.
Nahi, road contractor nahi banna hai.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it just happens wherein we were thinking that, okay, one is how do you have good quality roads for a longer period of time? One is the maintenance of roads. If you do it in a proper way.
Yeah.
We realize that not many people are interested in, wanting a long-term maintenance. Biggest problem. Now, if they're not wanting maintenance, then how exactly do you maintain it?
What do you mean by not wanting long-term?
See, the thing is, for example,
you don't want the roads to last long. No.
Not really. If whoever is even interested, right? So the thing is, the model will get better only because we have to also run a business, right?
Yeah.
So we came with a model of AMC, annual maintenance contract. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say you buy a car, right? So you have the services covered. Now you have the services covered, so you are happy saying that agar car ko kuch hua, then I'll actually go to the center and they will repair it.
Yeah.
Right? You're covered. And
it's a warranty.
Warranty. And you have also paid a premium for that as well. There is an insurance and there is a warranty part.
Correct.
If something happens in the warranty part, then they are liable to take care of that. And now the companies will give you extended warranty.
Yeah.
And you say that, if I pay a little extra, my car is also covered for 3 more years.
Correct.
Right? It makes sense. When it comes to road, it does not make sense for people who actually own the road. And we realized over a period of time that people are more comfortable saying that if I have an issue, I'll call you, you come and fix it for me. But I'm not willing to pay a AMC for that.
Okay.
Right? Irrespective whichever, it's a private or public.
Public, I see.
So the only place where it is still working are the toll roads.
Okay.
Because there is a toll operator they're collecting money. So that also contributes to the maintenance. That's why you will see a difference between how the NHAI roads are there, the toll operated roads versus the city roads. Because they have to do regular maintenance and upkeep. That's there in the contract. So in that we had some traction. We also at one point of time we were maintaining the Bangalore airport to the Hebal flyover entire. We were used to maintain that. They spent hardly any money. Because whenever there was an issue, my team used to go over there and fix it. Right? So that's done and dusted. Now we realized, okay, now this model is not working. We have tried enough. We spoke to a lot of people. We spoke to the RWAs. We spoke to the tech parks. We spoke to the large residential, complexes. Nobody seems to be interested in giving AMC. So what next? If that is not the thing, then how exactly do you ensure that the maintenance is not a concern? Then you start constructing roads. But how do you make that? Because if traditional things would have been working fine, then there wouldn't be an issue. But issues are there because there is some challenge. Now the beauty is, I'm not a civil engineer, neither my partner. So if we are not civil engineers, right, we don't think conventional. ये book में लिखा था ऐसा करना है. We're like, okay, अगर ये काम अगर इसको use करना है तो क्यों नहीं करना है? या अगर ये नहीं काम कर रहा है तो क्यों नहीं काम कर रहा है? Correct. Right. So we were questioning a lot, and then we were completely devoted that, see, if we want to do something, we will choose plastic waste. We'll see what can be done with it. Right. And that's how the innovation happened. We were, in our go down come innovation center, we can say now, little fancy word, but still a go down. So we're doing there. We realize, okay, what should be the pattern? Shall it be a solid block, or what should we do? We make a ready-made, or we construct later on. And then after a lot of iteration, we finally derived that honeycomb as a design. In that honeycomb, if it's a world's one of the most toughest design, can we take inspiration from that and do something on the road? And that's where we slowly we're making a transition. This does not stop. The road maintenance part does not stop. But there's a new addition to the business. Got it. That's how the transition happened. And we said, okay, now we have to test it. We started reaching out to our customers saying that, will you give us a pilot space? This is something new that we have done. We're getting the pilot spaces. We have done multiple trials, some here and there. Now it's getting more traction. So that has been the journey, that how do we transition from roads which need maintenance to road which does not need maintenance. Got it. So, but how would you compare that? Like, why is it that the road that you're doing, that you're constructing, does not need maintenance, and these roads? So right now what we see in India is either asphalt roads, from what I understand, or the concrete white topping roads, right? So how does this compare to what you're doing? See, any road fails primarily because of one major important factor is if the drainage system is not appropriate. Right? If the water stagnation is there, the roads wouldn't last long. Second is if the quality is compromised, then also it wouldn't last. Even if, let's say, the drainage system is appropriate, the quality has to be there. Third is if people don't understand that, if let's say I've designed a road for having 10 vehicles to ply on that on a daily basis, but 100 vehicles are moving, the road will break. So there are a lot of factors like that. We said, okay, if we go into that technical, then it's a year of research that we have to get into. So now what can be added to this, or what can be retrofitted to this, that we construct something similar kind of road, but we address the challenge. For example, if you see a concrete road, what happens is over a period of time, it starts showing cracks. Right? Those might not be really a challenge, but aesthetically it does not look good. So people say that road toot gaya aapka. Right? Now you put some sealant and all those things to do some patchwork, and does not look good. If the quality is not there, then that also comes as a big lump. Right? The entire section will actually break. Then maintenance of that, redoing that is a very double the work, double the money. We said we want to design something which first of all addresses the issue that it shouldn't have any cracks. Right? So how do we address that? If we are doing that, then we have solved one problem. Second is the amount of concrete that is going, layers which are there, very thick layers. How do we come up with something which can minimize the consumption of concrete? Because concrete, again, it's made of cement. Right? Lot of emissions. So we have to cut down the emission as well. So then we had a comparison that, okay, if traditionally this is done and we are doing that, how are we saving money and saving the environment? Two important problems have to be solved. Those were the two goals. You want to keep the cost low, and you want to have a sustainable sort of a solution. So that's how we arrived at this product, and now we are making currently we are doing roads from concrete, and that is if the comparison with the traditional concrete, that if traditional concrete is done versus ours is done, what is the difference? So that way the cost is slightly lesser, maintenance is far more easier if it's a planned maintenance, and it does not develop cracks and damages easily.
So today your road is called the grid mat. That's
yes.
what. So how is it? Just give us the in layman term. Just explain to us how this
So in layman
road
term,
is built.
yeah, if I have to explain in layman term, we have all seen wafers. How wafers, when we eat, multiple layers are there. So roads are typically also constructed like wafers.
Okay.
The bottom layer is soil, then you have a aggregate layer which acts as the load bearing structure.
Okay.
And then you have top, uske upar you will have another layer which for bitumen road it will be another thing, and for concrete road it will be a different material.
Bitumen.
Yeah. So the black top is bitumen.
Okay.
And there is concrete. So there are two roads.
Okay.
Right? In our case, what happens is, so those are traditional, wherein you have a specific thickness that has to be maintained, because ultimately whatever vehicle is moving on top, it has to take. So the load transfer happens step by step.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Now what we said is, if let's say the top surface is a honeycomb design, right? So the beauty of honeycomb design is, even if I make a paper honeycomb, you can actually park your car on top. It will not break. Even if the nothing fills? Nothing fills, yes. Okay. It's just the paper honeycomb. Okay. Now, why is that happening is because of the design pattern. It's not the strength of the material. Paper, you can tear it off. Yeah. Yeah. But if you are making a honeycomb out of it, it becomes very, the strength increases. Okay. Why does that happen is, if let's say at a single point, if it's a imagine this is a road, it's a flat road. Okay. If there is a load that comes over here, the load actually directly goes down. Okay. If this is a honeycomb pattern, what happens is the load is here, the load gets completely distributed across the panel. So what comes below is a distributed load, which is very less. Okay. So that is the entire concept of our design. Okay. Okay. Right. So that's where we are able to minimize. If the top surface itself is able to withstand a lot of load, then the bottom layer need not be that strong. Even if they are less thickness, it will still withstand. And this grid mat is made out of plastic, recycled plastic. Yeah, it's made out of recycled polypropylene plastic waste. Okay. Now, if you ask me again, polypropylene layman mein samjhao. So you look into chairs, buckets, mugs, the bottle caps. These are primarily polypropylene. Okay. So when these get scrapped, it gets collected by the recyclers, and then we get it in our factory. And then we make our mat from that. So we are committed that we will use only recycled plastic. Okay, got it. And what fills? What is the filling that goes into? Filling is concrete. It's concrete only. Typical concrete, but in that also we use less. Material consumption is less. Almost 60 to 65% lesser we use. Okay. So if you are using less, then again, we are saving money, we are saving carbon emission as well. Yeah. So talking about sustainability, right? So sustainability has your social aspect to it, your economic aspect to it, and your environment, of course, which gets talked about most. So across all these three, just can you quantify the impact that PotHoleRaja has or is having? Yeah, sure. Yeah. So one thing that we were committed right from the beginning is we should have the numbers with us. Whatever we are doing, if let's say we are doing a kilometer of road, how much carbon emission we are reducing, how much cost we are reducing, all those things. So cost wise, we are somewhere around 15 to 20% cheaper than the traditional methods. Okay, 15 to 20%. Yeah. Okay. And when it comes to carbon emission, we are roughly 70 to 80% less carbon emitting as a solution. Okay. Now that 70-80% is a huge number when it comes to road, right? We are reducing almost 450 tons of carbon as compared to the traditional roads, traditional concrete roads. Now 450 tons, if I have to tell you the number in terms of the easiest way to understand when we are comparing that with our car travel, right? So roughly around 50 to 60 lakh kilometer if you drive your car. Okay. The amount of emission that happens. Okay. If we do our road versus a traditional road, a single road. Saved. Yes, single road. 1 kilometer of, let's say we construct with our technology with the, as compared to traditional, we are eliminating 50 to 60 lakh kilometer of emission that happens because of a car which is traveling for 50 lakh kilometers. Got it. Right? Wow. Easy to understand. Yeah. That's easy to understand. So even in terms of the social aspect, so this is the environment aspect, right? Even in terms of the social aspect, I mean, potholes
That there is a statistic that says that around 10 there are 10 deaths per day in India because of potholes. Directly, indirectly, we don't know.
Directly is 10, which is accounted.
Yeah.
Indirectly will be far more, because indirectly also those are only accounted which you have actually landed on the pothole and then you fell.
Yeah.
But a lot of times what happens is, if let's say you're going, you avoided, somebody banged from behind.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Or you were avoiding and then you skidded off.
Yeah, because what do you avoid? The traffic or the pothole? I mean, Yeah.
Yes. So lot of things are not even accounted, and if you go to tier 2, tier 3 and the village part, there is no account. So according to us, the statistic is far more than what we have as a recorded data.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's an unfortunate reality. I mean, we will get there with the digital thing coming into picture. There are a lot of things getting captured more proficiently than it used to happen even 5-6 years back.
Okay.
So I'm more confident that probably in the coming years the data will be far more accurate.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, yes, even now people are losing their lives because of potholes.
Yeah. So did you guys start out as an NGO?
So it's interesting again, question that how do we exist?
Yeah.
So
is it a private limited company? Is it an NGO?
So we have two entities, two legal entities.
Yeah.
We have our own NGO and we have our own private limited company as well.
Okay.
So when we work with a lot of companies through their CSR initiatives, people want to fund directly via the NGO. So the legal entity which works over there is our trust.
Okay.
The brand name remains constant. Brand name is PotHoleRaja.
Okay.
It's just that how people want to work with you. So we ensure that we have all the right measures with us, wherein if somebody wants to fund for a project, we have right in place. Right?
Okay.
It helps the companies as well.
That's the CSR.
That's a CSR funding. And another is private limited, wherein if let's say there is a property, a big developer like let's say a brigade or Ajmera or airports, they have their own area. They want to develop it, and they also want to look into sustainability as an aspect.
Yeah.
So that's directly through our private limited. We sign up for a contract. We get a contract. We execute the work. So that's how that works. So
okay.
As a entity, we are committed towards sustainable development. And irrespective from where funds come, when we are doing CSR, of course we have to do for the public road. Yeah. But when we are doing for private, it is for their internal things. So over there, private limited purely operates as a for-profit entity. We work. Okay. So the business model is like for example, for fixing potholes, right? How does that process work? I mean, what's the business model there? See, in fixing potholes, so there are two kind of services that we are currently offering. One is road maintenance, another is road construction. Okay. Right? Yeah. In both of the things, somebody can work with us through our trust and through our private limited. So when it happens through trust, it has to be a CSR for a public road. Okay. Right? Purely public road. Okay. Over there is no, role of profit coming into picture. So let's say I see a pothole on the road and I report it onto your platform. Yes. Then how so does... So that's a public road. Yeah. And that happens via NGO. You also get benefit tax exemption benefits. You can also donate directly to us. Okay. We come there along with you. You can also participate as a volunteer and you can fix that. But if so whoever reports it has to also pay for it. So we initially ask that if you can also contribute, it's better. Yeah. If that doesn't happen, if let's say there is a road, we also collect a lot of data. And when we let's say are signing up with any corporate and they say that okay, you let us know which road in the city is having a lot of issues. Okay. Then we can take up that entire road and do that work as well. Okay, as part of their CSR initiative. As part of their CSR initiative. Okay. That is one part of the business. Right. Another part is you are living in a gated community or you have your own factory. You know that there are a lot of potholes. You don't need a new construction of road. You just need the potholes to be repaired. You reach out to us. We provide you service. Over there is no role of a volunteer. Okay. That's a purely for-profit business where we are maintaining your internal campuses. Okay. Right? Okay. As I said, at a point of time, we were also managing the entire toll road. So that was completely for-profit model of business. They said, see, we want good roads. We don't want any accident to happen on roads. Yeah. Even if it's small, chotu pothole, we want it to be repaired immediately. So we're providing our services over there. I have my own team which goes over there, fixes it. We raise the bill, that gets cleared off, and that's how the business. And that is as AMC and as a one-time thing, or no, just a one-time. So AMC, we tried that. We realized that AMC as a model probably India is not the right country for
Okay.
AMC as a model. So we did
Okay.
not even, pursue that, because again,
Yeah.
you have to very conscious of what you don't want to do. Right? If the market is not ready, you're pushing for it, it
Yeah.
might not work.
Yeah.
So then we said, okay, let's the work order model only work over there. So that
Okay.
is one.
Yeah.
Second is a lot of people who are coming up with, let's say, new facilities. They want to have a new road. That's where we, say that, okay, the entire road construction is something that we will deliver it to you. So that's another line of business.
Yeah. So you have more private customers, because you're public and private, right? So you have more private or more government?
It's actually a balance of both.
Okay.
Like if I tell you, last year we had more of the CSR client. The revenues are more from the CSR part. Last couple of years, the revenue has come more from the private sector.
Okay, last couple
the
of
real
years.
estate, yes.
Okay.
So
real estate players.
There is still
For their own gated communities.
new development that is happening.
Okay.
We worked in Bombay, we worked, Bangalore continues to be our topmost priority. But yeah, there here and there few cities, few opportunities that comes to us. We are startup, right? We're like, acha, opportunity aa raha, so
Yeah, of
let's,
course. Why would you
get
say
that
no to
right.
that? Yeah,
So
yeah.
no is the last thing that we think of. We're like, pehle execute karke dekhte hain. If it works well, then probably there is a new market. So that's how, we've tackled that part as well.
Okay. So how has the experience been when working with the government?
We don't work with the government. So
the Coimbatore.
So that what was one of when we had gotten a call from the commissioner over there.
Okay.
So we are always. It's not that we don't want to work with them. The thing is, it also that part also needs to evolve. Wherein our startups really getting opportunity to work with them and showcase the solution, because they have to also be ready that this might also fail.
Yeah.
We are also not coming with a complete foolproof solution, because we need a playground.
Yeah.
Until unless we do that, observe that, do data collection, how do we, say that we are foolproof?
Yeah.
But even if we are coming with a lot of background and data saying that, hey, we have worked for 5 years, we know how to do this. Still, that ecosystem needs to evolve a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So that is where we directly don't work with them. But where we have gotten a lot of support is when we say that, okay, we want to adopt a section of road and we have somebody who's going to fund for the project, which is the CSR partner. Then they are quite open, saying that, okay, we are willing to, partner in that sense, whatever approvals, whatever support you need from our side. We're more than happy to lend our support, because it's for the development of everybody. So in this case, everybody wins, right? The government is winning, common people, they are winning, citizens are winning, the company is winning, right? And we are also winning, saying that, okay, we have a playground to showcase our solution. Now, if you like this, you take this as an example or a model, you replicate it across. Got it.
So in terms of let's say you see a pothole, right? And I point something out, and can you just go fix it, or is there an approval process?
So if it's a small little pothole, it does not really need that, right? The material that we also use is a validated product according to the standards of the Indian Road Congress.
Okay.
It's an approved model.
Okay.
What we always do is, when it happens through us, we ensure that we let the authorities know about what we are doing.
Okay.
It's very important that we keep them in the loop.
Okay.
Right. And thanks to what we have done in the last 6-7 years, people know that these guys are genuine set of people. They are not here for making money out of this. It's for the larger benefit of the society, and that's where we enjoy a lot of support, not only in Bangalore but anywhere we go. Like, for example, I'll tell you, the municipal commissioner of Ludhiana, right? She invited us, saying that we want you to come over here. I'm giving you a blanket approval. Any company who wants to partner with you and in the overall development of the city roads, so that we reduce the accident.
Okay.
We are open for that.
Okay.
I think that is where the world is now moving. That we're getting opportunities, saying that, okay, if this is also happening, right, we would like to play a role in that. Because ultimately, if let's say I say that I will ensure that St. John's signal mein kal se koi traffic jam nahi hoga. Who is the owner? BBMP is the owner. So BBMP has to give us approval, saying that yes, we are giving you approval. Please come up with a plan. Submit that to us as well. We will also sign off that. And the funder also comes over here, and we collectively develop that.
Okay.
Right. So that way the government supports.
Okay.
We have never gotten into participating in tenders or you've not any of the road contract. That is not our focus area.
So right now we're just constructing the private roads.
Construction in only private, and probably we'll see if the there is a validation that happens for the product. Probably it can be open for the government contractors also to take this as a technology and then construct roads.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the private customers, right? You've had some very, very large names who are your customers. So, can you talk a little bit about that? Tata Steel, you're maintaining their the entire road in Jamshedpur. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that happened during last to last year. We actually did a all India road trip.
Okay.
Right. Jamshedpur was also one of the stops.
Okay,
and we
that's the
went
Bharat
Mala trip.
Mala
Yes.
trip.
So
Okay.
4 startups were there.
Yeah.
We created Guinness Book of World Record of longest trip on EV bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's from the bike is called Mantis from a company called Aura Energies. Again, a Bangalore-based startup.
Okay.
They've just this November only they've launched. They've open bookings.
Okay.
Before so the prototype bike actually was taken across the country.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
And then we were in Jamshedpur. We were meeting the head of Tata Steel, and he said that Saurabh, अपनी गाड़ी यहीं छोड़ के चले जाओ. I like, sir, पूरा trip मेरा बचा हुआ है. I like, give me opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to help you.
Yeah.
Then we arranged another of our automated machine.
Yeah.
That we had partnered with a company from Gurgaon. It's called Sarv Shagun Infrastructure.
Okay.
So we partnered over there, and we had an automated machine.
Okay.
Which is fixing potholes over there in Jamshedpur.
Okay.
So we got a pilot project, and then they called saying that now we want you to maintain the entire Jamshedpur city.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
So now you place your machine permanently over there in the city.
Acha.
Right. So we got the work order last year over there. So that work continues to happen over there.
Okay.
Now that is for the maintenance.
Yeah.
In the construction, we got an opportunity with it's not because we are incubated in Brigade Reef.
Yeah, which we'll talk about as well. But I want to know more about this automated machine. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
So it's also I spoke about the cold asphalt as a technology, right?
Yeah.
So that does not have any emissions, but yet it is very effective because it's an all-weather proof technology. Now in road repair also there are many technologies that exist, but people are still going back to the old ways of having a hot bitumen coming in and then fixing that pothole. Why does that fail? Because hot bitumen needs a temperature, right temperature to actually lay it. Now the by time, for example, let's say there is a pothole which is at point A. The next pothole is 1 kilometer away. Okay. So the lorry has to wait over here.
Yeah. So by the time you fix this and you take it there, the temperature has changed.
Goes down. Yeah. And you can't maintain temperature because you can't carry a heater or a torch over there to maintain that, right? So
but how come no innovation for such a long time?
It's not that innovation was not there. It's just about people haven't really been comfortable in getting adopted to a new tech, right? And this is where you have to go and prove. And once you prove it, they're more open. Okay. So that is when we gave a demo. They said that now that you're doing Bharat Mala trip, can you fix Jamshedpur? I think we have a bandwidth. I can show you how it is done. I can't fix the entire city. But the thing is, they're very keen.
Yeah.
If you ever go to Jamshedpur, it's the most.
I've been there. I used to go there quite a lot.
Have you seen any dust? It's the most cleanest city.
Yeah.
Green, well-maintained footpaths. Yeah. It's like heaven for people who really want to walk on the road.
Yeah.
Imagine in Bangalore.
I know. I was going to tell you. I said, Saurabh, please fix our pavements. We have such amazing weather. It would be nice to walk around a little bit, but where are the footpaths?
Where are footpaths? Yeah. So that continue. Then we got an opportunity. I said, okay, we will do that. So that also is an automated machine wherein it's a complete cold process. Okay. There is no heating, so no impact of weather. See, most of the pothole happens during monsoon.
Right? Yeah.
And in monsoon, why it is not getting repaired? Because people wait for the monsoon to get over.
So why does it happen more during the monsoons?
See, for road, water is the biggest enemy.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? If there is a water that is coming in, the water and then the traffic movement also happens. So the pavements lose the bonding.
Okay.
Right? And then when the continuous traffic movement is happening, if a heavy vehicle is moving, so then the roads are bound to break. So even if, let's say, see the standard of Tata Steel, right? Over there, the roads don't break easily. They're very keen on maintaining it. But still, there are issues. So that needs regular maintenance.
So what does this machine do? So this machine sits in a truck and
it's mounted on a truck. Okay. Right? So there is a hopper which carries the aggregates, small size aggregates.
Okay.
And there is a tank which carries the emulsion.
Okay.
Right? So the entire technology revolves around high pressure. So the thing is, first the entire place is cleaned with high pressure, air. So there is no dust. And then with high pressure, the emulsion is sprayed on the pothole. Okay. Which acts as a bonding agent.
Okay.
The next step is the aggregate and the emulsion. Both of them are put with very high pressure. Okay. So the impact is as it is getting into the pothole, both of them are getting compacted.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay.
there is no need of any machinery around that.
Okay.
So it is properly done, and then finally, to ensure that everything is happened properly, and the compaction needs to be done, we also have a plate compactor, small little machine, which is run 2-3 times on top. We spray some stone dust, and the job is done.
And how long does this whole thing take?
10 to 15 minutes max.
10
Only
to
one
15
person.
minutes. Okay.
So in our truck, we will have one driver, one person who operates that, and one helper. That's all.
Okay.
You don't need a big gang.
Yeah.
Just 3 people are sufficient to do at least 150 to 200 square meter of potholes per day.
Wow.
So I mean, you can imagine if it's going. And by the way, the only company which was keen on signing AMC was Tata Steel. Still 7 years of experience. We had only one company that said, okay, we will give you that. We want your pre-monsoon and post-monsoon kind of thing.
Okay.
Rest, we know that our roads are good. But we need, so that wherever it is reported, you will have to go over there and do that. Okay, finally, somebody has agreed to this model.
Nice. So, tell us about your other customers. You also have Electronic City, right, in Bangalore?
Yeah. So when we started, we used to work with Electronic City.
Okay.
Again, well-maintained township. They want their roads to be, good condition. Yeah. And when they got to know about what we are doing, they said, okay, why don't you come over here and maintain our roads as well? So we got an opportunity. So that was our first client in the private sector.
Okay.
After that, we got an opportunity to work with Bid the Industrial Association.
Okay.
Right? So they saw that, okay, you're already doing this.
Yeah.
Why don't you do ours as well?
Yeah.
So we were maintaining that road as well.
Yeah.
Then somehow, things turned and we got connected to the Bangalore Airport toll road. They said, we also need your service. We're like, more than happy.
Okay.
Please take our service.
Yeah.
Right. Then we worked with the Eco World, which is now Brookfield Eco World. Earlier when we were working, it was RMZ Eco World.
Okay.
So they said, though we have just a kilometer of road inside, but that also needs maintenance. Right? So we have, done that. 5 years, whenever I still go, the potholes that we had fixed are still there. Right? Okay. Properly, patched, no damage at all. Like when if somebody asked me for a testimony, I said, I'll take you there. See, nothing has happened.
So do you give a warranty when you fix a...
Yeah, we do give a warranty. We give a warranty of complete 1 season.
1 season? Why only 1 season?
See, the thing is, when we are touching a already built road, we don't know how they have built.
Okay.
It is not just the top surface, but the entire damage also starts appearing from the bottom. And we have no idea when whoever has built the road, what have they done on the bottom. Right. So the warranty is that if, let's say, there is a damage on the existing ramp, we'll redo it. But if it's a continuous damage on the same portion, we will cut that open completely and understand if, let's say, there is a challenge with the base itself.
Okay.
And if it's a challenge with the base, then it does not cover under warranty. But so far in potholes that we have fixed, we have never seen that things have actually gotten that bad.
Okay.
Few of cases wherein water stagnation was a big issue. We always say that, see, if your drainage system is not appropriate, then we can't give you warranty.
Yeah.
Because water stagnation is not something which is I can take care of. You have to ensure that your drains are clean.
Yeah.
And the water actually flows over there whenever there is a rainfall. So in Electronic City, there is no water stagnation.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Eco World, no stagnation. Airport toll road, no stagnation.
Okay.
So whatever potholes we have fixed have never gone off.
Yeah. So the warranty that you give when you actually build the road, how much? What is that warranty like?
5 years.
That is 5 years.
Yeah. Nobody gives 5-year warranty, by the way.
How many do they give usually?
Maximum. I mean, they say that this road might last for 10 years, but no warranty.
No warranty at all.
1 year to 2 years is the max. Even in the national
white topping and all that.
See, white topping, they will say that the life is 30 years.
Okay.
Right. But I'm yet to see that if somebody has given a warranty saying that in 30 years also, if anything happens, we will come and repair it. That does not happen. The life is supposed to be 30 years.
Okay. Okay. And the life of the roads, your same.
See, the thing is, no roads can last more than 30 to 40 years.
Okay.
Right. It also depends upon the usage. But we are also doing concrete as of now. So the longevity should be, if let's say it's less used, it might also last for more than 30, 40, 50 years as well. We have to also see the end of life.
Yeah. So you guys, with all these customers, you must be profitable, right?
We are a profitable startup.
Profitable startup, yeah. That's the $1 million question nowadays. Like, are you profitable?
Yeah, it's not about how much money you have raised, but are you having money in the bank?
Finally, the valuation question. So, but are you guys looking for funding, or are you quite okay with orders coming in?
So now the scale has to really go up, and that's where we are now venturing into that. How do you find right set of partners who understand the space of impact and not really sit on our head saying that
Yeah.
कल से profit चाहिए.
Yeah.
So
Okay, double
yeah,
karo abhi
double
revenue
karo,
ko.
revenue karo. So somebody who
So,
really understand this space and
yeah.
then get into that. So we
Yeah.
will eventually
Yeah.
get into that path as well.
Yeah. So how would you compare? So there are impact investors, right, as compared to the regular VC investors. So how do you compare the two?
See, it's always better if a company like us exists who are in the impact space rather than the typical VC. It's always better to go for impact because the impact investors also have chosen to be in impact space because they understand.
Yeah.
They know that whatever we are doing is for the long term benefit of the entire world. It's not just today's generation that we are impacting.
Yeah.
It's the future generation as well. Right?
But they come with what mindset? So the VCs, we know the mindset is basically they want to 5x their money in X period of time. So what is the mindset that these impact
they also
investors
have the mindset of taking good exit, but they will always have a mindset of impact alongside as well. In typical VC, I don't know if they have the mindset saying that how many lives have we really impacted, how many lives we have made better. They're like, if I've given you 1 CR, what have you done with that? Tell me the numbers, how many customers is that? But over here, the talk is also about, so currently how much of plastic usage have we, achieved? How many tons of plastic has gotten recycled? How much carbon emission have we, reduced? Are we thinking about a new product? Are we thinking about a new material?
But are their exit expectations less than the VC expectations? How would you compare the two? How accessible is the funding? What is the timeline in which they're looking for exits as compared to the typical venture capitalist?
It's still a challenge and evolving space, to be really honest. I am also yet to see a lot of impact investors in the market, but the good thing is that yes, now that pool is also getting large.
It's opening up.
Yeah, it's opening up. So which is a good thing for startups like us. What I have understood from my mentors as well is the typical mindset of these kind of VCs are not like the traditional VCs. They would wait because they know that impact will take time. There are a lot of other challenges. If let's say, see, the thing is, if you are into impact, somewhere you have to deal with the government.
Yeah.
You cannot, you can't get rid of that.
True.
And people know that the moment you get into that, whether it is India or any other country, your pace will be slow. Right? But you have to be on it. Right? If you leave saying that nahi ho pa raha hai ab to, the challenges there with compliance and all those things, you have to be at it. And that's where you will start seeing the result. And when you see that, if there is a successful case study, then the chances of that getting replicated is higher. Not in one country, but other countries. So what I have understood is these guys have more patience, which is good. Not, too much of expectation saying that, okay, this is will go like multiple 100x 500x kind of thing. So which is good. I think they're oriented. And what I've also seen is like I'm forgetting the name of this fund, but what these kind of funds also do is they actually have a balance. So they continue to invest in the impact startups. At the same time, they also have a investment in a typical for-profit company.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, that way.
Both ways. So they also balance it out, saying that अगर हम पूरा का पूरा पैसा सिर्फ impact में लगा देंगे, we know that the return might come or it might come very late.
Okay.
So we also, as an investment firm, also have to keep ourselves up and running, right?
Yeah.
We have also salaries to pay. We have to answer whoever has given money to us. We have to answerable to them as well.
Okay, that's interesting. So they balance it out like that.
They balance it out. Nothing wrong in that as well.
Yeah.
You have to,
makes sense. You have to do it. Yeah. So how, tell us a little bit about how you started. Tell us a little bit about how this idea came about, how you met your co-founder who was a ex-fighter pilot.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's an interesting journey which we'd like to hear about.
See, I come from a very small town which is now gotten famous because of MS Dhoni. So I'm from Ranchi and fortunate enough that I also studied from the same school. I did my +2 from the same school where Dhoni has also studied right from his childhood.
Okay.
After that, I went to Kota for my preparation for ITG and Tripoli, just like every other average Indian family, saying that अब IT में पढ़ना है या तो आपके पास दो option है, या तो you have to become a doctor or you have to become an IITian. Same. So I went to Kota over there.
Yeah.
I think luck has favored me. At that point, I was feeling that I was unlucky that I did not get into IIT or Tripoli, NIT. But I think sequence of events happen in life for a reason. I'm sitting over here. I don't know if I was an IIT, I wouldn't be doing this. So then I got into, had a good rank in Comet K exam over here. So I got into SIT Tumkur.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, I'll study the toughest branch. What is the toughest
Okay.
branch? Triple E. No
Acha.
idea what happens in that. But
Yeah.
there is 3 E's. Electrical is also there, electronics is also there, and engineering, of course. I was like, okay. And I heard a lot about this thing that if a branch which is the most toughest is Triple E. I said, I will now study Triple E and crack this. Right? I'll be the topper and all those things. I was saying, I was completely into coding. I was like, why did I choose Triple E?
Yeah.
But then I got into, when I got placed, I then chose HP as a company. I got into TCS and HP both.
Okay, nice.
I was also, I think I was telling somebody yesterday, I was talking to somebody and saying that my professor had given up on me, saying that इसका कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. ठीक है. And then I went to off campus placement in the Anand Sagar College. Out of the entire college, I was the only one who got placed.
Oh, okay.
And then TCS came after 2-3 days. I got placed over there. Anyways, mass recruiter, right? So like sabko le hi lega. And I was anyways good in coding, so I got through.
Yeah.
And suddenly, all the attitude of professors changed. And that okay, why am I getting so much of attention? Then somebody said that one of the guys went and told the professor saying that this is the only guy who has double placement in the entire college right now. Oh, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I was like, sir, I have to do my practical. Arey, Saurabh, you please go. It's okay. Other day you have told me that you sit down. Like today you're saying go. I'm like, how? So then I got into HP. I was, in software development. I enjoyed coding. So I was having a good time over here.
Yeah.
But from the college time, I had a mindset of the management part. Right? I used to take my entire my entire batch for trips like, let's go to Ooty. And I used to organize everything, right from the bus to where we will stay. The girls had a problem, so I used to talk to their parents like that, uncle, koi dikkat nahi hai, safe hand. Like, who are you? But full confidence, right? Don't worry, we are going safely. We have a bus, we have booked everything. Girls have a different accommodation, this, that, blah, blah. Then into college phase. So I was like, okay, there is an orientation towards management. Let me start thinking about that. I was not really keen on getting into the technical part further when I joined.
Okay.
I said, well, enough of Indian education system. Now I want to study GMAT.
Okay.
If I have to get my MBA, I'll either study from Harvard, Stanford, or Wharton. These are the 3 Ivy League colleges which I target. But when I started applying, when I really got into GMAT, they told me that, hey, this is not just about marks. Who are you? Your personality matters.
Yeah.
Because when you are writing your essay, right?
Yeah.
That is where you have to tell that these colleges are looking for leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, I don't want any. Sorry, if you are just a mediocre, this is not the place for you. You have to tell me why should we also select you? It's not that you're applying and you're like, okay, done.
Yeah.
You've gotten good grades in GMAT number and you got.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what have I done in my life?
Yeah.
I was sitting and thinking, I was like, oh, I have done zero impact.
Yeah.
Like, okay, one option is there that you go into any NGO, volunteer, take a certificate, make a beautiful story around it, write a good essay and get into that. But then I was like, how long can I keep fooling not the other person but myself? Because if I'm writing something which is not about me, I might get into that college, but somewhere it will come, right? What's your personality? Who are you as an individual?
Yeah.
Well, okay, not happening. So one side GMAT preparation was going on. They're like, okay, what to do. And suddenly this newspaper article comes in front of me, which says that a couple, it happened in the Bellandur flyover, that a husband tried to avoid the pothole and unfortunately he had to apply brakes or maybe he skidded off. At that point of time, his wife was not wearing the helmet and her head banged on the road and she died on spot.
Oh God.
I'm like, okay, this is not something that anybody would want with their family member.
Yeah.
So what is the value of life? I also go to my office on a regular basis. What if something happens to me tomorrow? My friends who have purchased new bike and scooters, what if something happens to them? If I get a call saying that, hey, your friend is admitted in hospital. Like there has to be something. It can't be just, somebody is just going and dying and nobody is even talking about it. And then, okay, I was like, now I have to do some. I initially said, I will become that conscious and active citizen. If I see a problem, I will report it to the right person. Probably it was not reaching the right place. I said, okay, I have tried that. Now I want to solve this problem.
Okay.
How do I solve this? I have not studied civil engineering. I don't know ABCD about road. How to do that? then the first thing that you do is you make two friends. One is google.com, another is your civil engineering department becomes your best friend. Right? I took up my phone. I was calling my friend saying that बताओ road कैसे बनता है और ये बताओ road repair कैसे होता है. And then you also tell me how to repair it fast. Well, like what question are you asking me? I don't know. And if you don't
after doing your entire civil,
who will know? And I was going to them with this. See, I need a chemical which is watery. If you put it in a pit, it has to solidify within seconds. I'm like, no, I know that something. Why? How is that the chemical like this does not exist? It should exist. And like, civil engineering is not the right department. Then I used to call my chemical engineering friends. You tell me.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
They were also like, पागल हो गया.
Yeah.
कुछ भी सवाल पूछ रहा है. Like, okay, I'll do Google search. In Google, I found few chemicals product like that, but it did not. It was not available readily. Okay. It's not like आप hardware shop में जाके खरीद लो.
Yeah.
Then luckily I found a product which was there in the US, not like a liquid, but it was very fast, quick fix. The cold asphalt which I spoke about.
Yeah.
It's like if you see a pothole, put it over there. Just do a basic hand compaction. Bas ho gaya, and you have your vehicles running on top. Like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
How to import it?
Yeah.
When I tried to figure out the import cost, it was more than my monthly salary.
But why is it not available
at that point of time?
No, at that point, 2016.
Yeah, but it was available, but awareness was not there. Very less awareness. So that is where when I met Pratap, right, my partner.
How did you meet him?
So I was reading a newspaper article. I mean, I was anyways preparing for GMAT, right? So I had to study. I had to read Hindu. Good English. So there was a first page article that PotHoleRaja is fixing potholes, karke, blah blah. So I said, okay, if somebody is already doing in Bangalore, perfect. मेरा GMAT का अच्छा हो जाएगा. I'll be doing something which I'm interested in. Very less that I know that will become my life. So then honestly, Sapna, it took me 2 days. To call a random number saying that I have read about you and I want to volunteer because I have never done that in my life. Like, how do somebody call saying that मैं आपके बारे में पढ़ा? You're doing a good job. Can you please tell me how to become volunteer? I'm like, okay. Then I said, no, I have to do this. And I called him up saying that tomorrow we're fixing potholes in St. John. Can you please come? I'm like, yes. What time? 5:30 a.m. I'm like, okay, perfect. Wow. Office starts at 10. You're fixing potholes at 5:30. By 6:37 it is over. So I can come back and very well go. I was there. And that's how when, the first pothole I fixed, I'm like, okay, this is different. Then after that, I, went on to volunteer for next. I said, no, this is not. Now my GMAT is not my priority. I don't think so that I'm, made for that. It's not that if I study, I will not get into that. But I think this is far more important. I was thinking, nahi, isko karna hai because this is a bigger problem. And it is not just a Bangalore specific, but it's a India specific problem. But I can't be a volunteer and do that. Right? I have to get into the system. So how was he doing it at that point in time? Single-handedly. As a volunteer? No. So when he also started, it was more like, a passion-driven organization. Though the concepts were clear that the funds will come from, let's say, donations or CSR or maybe some private contracts here and there will happen. But it was also at a very nascent stage. And he was doing this full time, or this was just a side? So he was a management consultant. He had other companies also running. And this also was started. But when I decided, I was like, okay, I don't want to have plan B, plan C, plan ED or kuch bhi nahi. If I'm into this 100%. So I put my papers. My parents were furious, saying that nobody will get married to you. You're fixing potholes. What do I tell to the girl's family? I like, at least ask how you earn money to say not getting married. I like, okay, I mean, I can't help it, but that's how the middle class family is. They're not sounding bad. They're not. I mean, they don't want bad for me. They want that mera beta financially thoda theek rahe, so that he is living in an expensive city, at least build his life and all those things. So their expectations are very genuine. But I was like, 10 years down the line, I will talk to my previous, Sourabh, and say that, see, dude, you had an opportunity. But you said, I want to be in the rat race. And I don't want to see something different. And here you are. I said, no. I think I'll be very disappointed. So I called him up saying that I want to join you full time. He said, okay, if you've decided, come. I come. We'll see, figure it out, how to build the company and all those things. And since then, we've been running this together. And now it's almost 6.5 years for me. So how large is the team now? As of now, we've always been lean. We never wanted to have more people on the rolls full time. Currently, we are around 10 people.
Okay.
Right? We have, every department is functioning well. We have separate accounts department, HR department, marketing, everything.
Okay.
When we are taking large scale projects, we have our subcontractors. So at a point of time, we always have on the ground roughly around 80 to 100 people working for us.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Though they are not primarily on, directly on the payrolls, but they are a part of our team. So that's how, we operate.
So what have been your top 3 learnings from the time you started this journey of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, entrepreneurship, hands on top has to be, as an entrepreneur, you have to learn sales.
Yeah.
There is, however good your product is, or however bad your product. I mean, bad product, obviously it will not sustain. But the thing is, if your product is good and you don't know how to sell it, then irrespective your product might be the best product in the entire universe.
True.
You will still fail.
Yeah.
So you'll have to learn the skill of how do I convince somebody that, hey, I want 10 rupees from your pocket and I'm giving you this product or your service.
True.
Right. And most of the times that I have seen good companies also not doing well is because the founders don't know how to sell it. Right? So that has to be, and that's where, I also put a lot of effort saying that, okay, how to learn sales. If you are in an event, how do you talk to people so that they remember you? How do you, just say those 3, 4, 5 words?
Yeah, the elevator pitch.
Elevator pitch. Like, okay, what is elevator pitch? Kya hota hai? 30 seconds mein kya bolna hai? So I'll tell you, my first event that I had gone, right? 200 people. I could take back only one business card.
Okay.
I like, how do I talk to somebody saying that I really want to talk to you?
Yeah.
This is what I do. I like, pehle to bada confidence tha. When you're, in the real world, I like, how do you network with people?
Yeah. Just coming out of that comfort zone that you have of, okay, I know how to build products or I know how to do this, but how do I get out and,
sell, right? Because you have built that. Now you have to go and, really tell somebody you have to try this out. First, of course, is sales, right? Then, it has to be networking skills. Both are not same, right? Both are very different. Somebody, and then you have to, understand and become a good people leader.
Yeah.
See, company does not run on its own. Company does not run on just because of the founders.
Yeah, you can't run a company on your own. I mean, you have to have a team that is working with you for the same cause, and
and you have to understand what are the needs of people. What are their needs of today's time. Right, the world is moving very fast, and you have to adapt accordingly. If you're not coming with policies which will be helpful for your employees, if you're not thinking about your employees, then sorry, you can't run a company.
Yeah.
So these have to be, if you ask me top 3, these are top 3, and these all 3 are in the same bracket. Nothing is up and down. You might be very good at sales, but you don't know how to manage your people. The company will fail.
True.
You are very good people manager, but you don't know how to sell. What we do with 100 people if there is no project?
Yeah. So now what's next for PotHoleRaja? What are the new things that you're working on? So some of the things I've heard of is this road buying platform, road renting platform or something like that.
We keep
Portable roads.
We keep doing some crazy stuff. So we're like, okay, I mean, ek road bana diya, and then we realize that a lot of people might also need a platform wherein they don't it permanently, because I know that I am going to run my car for just a week, but I have to construct. So the thing is, there also you are making a road and breaking and then landfills, right? So if you can come up with something which can be just placed over there, you run your car and trucks and then remove it. What can be best? And we said, okay, let's get into that.
So that's ready and
that's
operational?
Ready. Yeah, we have started production. We have there are some testings and all going on.
So I can just rent a road and then you will come and take it back. The next day.
So if let's say you want it for only one day, then okay, one day, and then after that the job is done. So
and what's this model road that you have built?
So model road is all about. So in model road, we typically partner with companies through the CSR. So we make model for road for public.
Okay.
Right, public road infrastructure. So in that, one company partner saying that okay, we really want our CSR budget to be invested wisely on a very impactful project. Right. And when it comes to road and road safety and road transformation, we are the only organization across the country.
Okay.
So what we do is we adopt a section of road. Let's say, for example, when we did with ABB.
Okay.
So right it was initially 1.2 kilometers, and then we added another 7. So all put together, 2 kilometer road we have developed. So what we do is we do a end-to-end assessment.
Okay.
We study that what is the current condition, what are the problems they're facing. It is not just about the commuter problem. There are shops over there. If let's say you make a road and you don't think about the shops, their business is gone.
Yeah.
So it has to be a overall development of the entire area, right? We got an input in that area. We got the input from traffic police saying that a lot of chain snatching is happening.
Okay.
Right? Eve teasing is happening.
Okay.
So then that had to, and what is the problem? Lights are not working. There are no CCTV cameras. So we introduced that. We gave a connection to the traffic police department that you manage it directly.
Okay, that way.
Right. So a model road is something wherein if you ever imagine walking on a road or driving on a road or cycling on a road, either on a two-wheeler or let's say, a truck, right? Everybody has to feel safe, right?
Yeah.
So just having a picture saying that model road mein kya hona chahiye, it has to be aesthetically looking nice.
Yeah.
Pedestrians have safe walkway.
Yeah.
If it rains, then it shouldn't stagnate.
Exactly.
Right? If I'm on a truck, I know that, this is my way. Properly working, CCTV cameras and the traffic signals. If the police has to manage remotely, they should be able to do that. If let's say somebody is coming on a wheelchair, they should know, they should have a safe, walkway.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If they have to cross the road, then it has to be done. It has to be also futuristic. That I know that with internet coming in, there are a lot of cables that have to, be put underground.
Yeah.
So design all those things, elements beforehand. That you lift this, put your cable, don't dig the road.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Which is a big problem.
It's a big problem across cities, not just in Bangalore, across the cities, because they don't have provision. What will they do?
Yeah.
Now the demand is there.
Yeah.
They have gotten the approval. They have to do it. So what will they do? They will dig.
Yeah.
If you would have provided that in the beginning, then they wouldn't dig. Why will they? Are compelled to dig.
Yeah.
We said we will design that element as well. We will give you all those provisions. Whether you need it right now or not, that's not a case.
Okay.
After 5 years, the demand will be more than you put.
So this is a physical road that you have somewhere?
Yeah.
Where?
In Pinia industrial area.
Okay.
It's already up and running for the last 2.5 years. No potholes.
It's a normal public road.
Public road, yeah.
It's a normal public road. Okay.
World-class drainage system.
Yeah.
It has, utility for all kind of services. Well-maintained footpaths. Well-maintained. We have also planted a lot of shrubs around so that, aesthetically it looks good. One of the feedback that we got from there is, of course, any MG road that you see across the country, the MG roads are the most beautiful roads across.
Yeah.
Somebody said saying that, sir, it looks like every road. Like we don't feel that we are in industrial area. I was like, okay, this is nice, good feedback.
So this also has the solar panels because you also have some solar
That is an R&D.
Okay.
That is still an R&D. It will take some time.
Okay.
So that is something that eventually will happen.
What else is in R&D?
So currently the solar part, wherein we are seeing if that is a possibility, if it can happen.
Okay.
It also needs a lot of investment. So that's where the investments have to be brought in. All those things.
Okay.
See, a few countries have already tried. Like France has tried, China has tried.
Okay.
It has failed.
Okay.
But that failure is good because it gives us where to start. Right. So we're trying to see if things can be done on that and probably come up with something better. But yeah, that is on the cards that if we are able to crack that, it will be good.
Yeah. So you were in Shark Tank recently. Yeah. Tell us about that experience. What motivated you to go and how was the entire experience?
Shark Tank, of course, as I said, that investments are something that we said after a point of time that we need some external funding for us to do some R&D and also scale faster. And then Shark Tank season 3 was coming. You said, okay, let's try our luck over there as well. That it might work because those are also some the investors which are forward looking. May not be from the industry, but forward looking kind of sharks. And okay, let's and that's a very good platform to showcase what we are doing as well, right? Not just about that.
Yeah.
So we went through all the rounds and we had all questions. Okay, how exactly will it be? Will they tell us everything?
Yeah.
But we were surprised. The hospitality is great.
Yeah.
Right. They take care of you like probably. I'm over there. I was thinking, acha, this is how the stars and Bollywood actors are treated.
Oh yeah.
That you are taken from one place to another, and then your makeup and all lights are like like for an Indian guy. The makeup happens only when he's getting married. That was another thing. Okay, now you're sitting in front of the mirror. But apart from this, they actually help you that how do you speak in front of the camera. Right? They'll help you in that, preparing for that.
Okay.
They also help you in refining the pitch. Right? How do you sound more confident? How do you sound that, because see, the thing is, it's a TV show as well. Right? People are getting funded, but there are people who don't understand technical stuff. So if let's say I'm going to an investor one-on-one, I'll be technical saying that, sir, this is the road, this is how it is done, blah, blah, blah. This is my ARR and all those things, MRR. Like, common bole, ye kya hai?
Yeah.
I don't understand. So they help us in refining so that it is understood by layman.
Yeah.
Right? When we were doing the Bharatmala trip, when we were in around, I think, Nagaland side, small kids, they were saying, I've seen Shark Tank.
Oh,
I also want to become a businessman.
Oh, ऐसा.
So
Wow.
penetration अब देखो कहाँ तक पहुंच चुका
I
है.
know. I
तो
know.
अब उनके सामने अगर किसी ने बोल दिया कि इक्विटी डेट एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स, तो अब लोग समझने लगे इक्विटी डेट क्या होता है.
Yeah.
बट नहीं समझ में आता था पहले.
Yeah.
So they help to refining the pitch initially, and after that it is spontaneous. It is up to us and the sharks. They can ask you any question, you have to answer, you have to convince them, because see, they are going to give you a fund. Right? If they are not convinced within that 1 hour or 1.5 hours of the discussion, then what are you doing? But good experience, phenomenal experience over there. Yes. Probably we need different category of investors, but the experience was phenomenal.
Okay, interesting. So as we close, I should share this. I used to think, this is some idea I had some time back, and I was like, there are so many potholes on the road. As cars are driving, why can't they just have some technology that will just come and fix the cars automatically? Very science fiction-y idea at that point in time, but we are seeing so much science fiction come true around us. But I don't know, maybe in your R&D one day you will actually have a solution like that.
We have always thought about that. That it shouldn't be like somebody going and manually doing that. It should be a machine which goes, stops over there, detects that, does that, and just goes off. So again, these all things are there which investments only can solve. That's why one of the things that we are always asked is, why do you need investment? So answer is very clear. Investment will be used in R&D for developing new products and solutions which can actually help. As of now, we have come this far with our efforts. Now, if you really want to scale, then I have to really look into something like that. Otherwise, for a bootstrap startup, it becomes very difficult that whatever profit we are earning, we're putting back in the company. So
that's true.
It's not that we will not grow, but the growth will be very slow.
Very slow. That's true. Yeah. So any closing thoughts for aspiring entrepreneurs in the entire social enterprise?
See, what I would like to really say is there are a lot of problems to solve. We be very choosy with respect to what you are doing, but don't get demotivated, because the opportunities are very, very huge. When we started in 2016, the amount of, let's say, the accelerator or incubators that were there in the country versus how much is there today.
True.
The kind of mentorship support that you will see now versus just 5 years down the line and before. It's a drastic difference.
True.
Right? So be very open. I mean, I know it might sound a little controversial. A lot of people say that if you are, want to do a startup, do it as a side hustle. And if you're seeing that it's getting traction and all those things, then you leave your mainstream job. I somehow don't believe in that thought. I feel that if you're not into it 100%, right, if it is not taking away your sleep, not like, you have to,
you have always have that safety net. You will never be all in.
Then, if you're not all in, then I'm not saying that those people wouldn't succeed, but all in is a different ball game. And even if let's say, I'm not a very big fan that everybody is running behind fundings. But ever that you have to raise funds, the first thing that the investor will also ask is, are you into it 100%?
Obviously.
I'm not going to put money if this is your side hustle. Serious money. I'm giving you a crore rupees. I want your commitment. Right? So be at it completely. Understand that the most important aspect is not how much you know technically, how much probably you have the best team and all those things, or maybe you have also raised funds, or you have access to funds and all. The first and most important aspect in entrepreneurship is risk-taking appetite.
True.
If you know that I'm here, I might lose everything, right? If you don't have that fear, then please jump into it. If you have that fear, then don't jump into it. This is not the world for you.
Anyway, Saurabh, so thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you. I've learned a lot and great having you over.
Thank you so much, Sapna.
Hope you have been enjoying our podcast. At Property Angel, our mission is to make real estate affairs safe, simple, and efficient. And that is why we bring you these podcasts to empower the consumer so you have the right information. We are an asset management company. You can outsource your landlord responsibilities to us, including tenant management aspects, maintenance, rent collection, financial management, and all of that. If you have any such requirements, please do reach out to our team. Please do also like, share, and subscribe. If there's anything specific you would like to listen to, please do leave it in the comment box below. Thank you for tuning in.